Hey, Rob Shepard here. We're going to be out in nature in just a minute, but I wanted to make a little comparison here. I'm actually by the Kern River Brewing Company. You know, we love to have choices, that diversity of a menu, but for me that diversity is really important because I happen to be allergic to milk proteins. So if I were at one of those food trucks that had only grilled cheese, and I would really have trouble. I couldn't eat, you know, or if I tried to eat, I'd be really sick. Having that diversity is really, really nice. Nature's a little bit like me. It needs diversity, it needs choice, it needs to have lots of things going on in it. I mean, think about it. If a whole area has just one plant and maybe one animal and there's a problem, something occurs, boom, that's it. Now there's one place that's like that. That's a farm. Now on a farm, there's typically one species. There's a monoculture, mono for one. A farm is great for growing food because the focus is on that one plant typically, or one group of animals. But because it's a monoculture, because there's no diversity in a farm, it's a very costly way of dealing with the world. It needs to have lots of energy, it needs to have lots of chemicals just to keep it going because it's not a very stable ecosystem. Think of all the stresses that are in the natural world: fire, drought, severe weather, insect outbreaks, and so forth. Now, all of those things can cause a problem, but because of the diversity, the biodiversity of natural ecosystems, of healthy ecosystems, it doesn't have the same impact because it might affect some of the plants and animals, but it won't affect all of them. There will be some that will be adapted to those conditions and be able to grow and even thrive. So having diversity gives that stability and that sustainability to any ecosystem. And scientists have found that more biodiversity in any ecosystem means a more productive ecosystem. More plants growing there and more plant growth, more animals that are using the plants, more animals are using those animals, and so forth. And that productivity means that with all those plants there, there's more oxygen that's put in the air. And that's oxygen that we need to breathe, oxygen that our entire planet depends on for life. Plants also are removing carbon dioxide from the air because they use that with photosynthesis. And because of that, less carbon dioxide means less of a problem with global warming. So what does that actually mean in terms of the specifics in an ecosystem? Well, biodiversity means all sorts of different plants and animals. Every ecosystem has its own unique set of plants and animals, and it is that unique set that gives it its biodiversity, a unique biodiversity to a particular place. Ecosystems are adapted to their places because of the plants and animals that live within them, and they are more sustainable and more stable with greater biodiversity. Biodiversity is truly what makes the world go around.